Hey, internet friends. I was watching the CBS live stream of the Kavanaugh hearing, and so they said they'll take a 5 minute break. Well, CBS stopped live streaming, and CBS was the only one that was having comments. And if you read any of the, were reading it or following it or whatever, you would see that. Oh, hey, Rufus, he's chilling in the shade. You'd see that he was, or most of the people on the comment thing were on Kavanaugh's side. They could see through the crap going on. It's really a disgusting time in our country's history that somebody can bypass the legal system and just smear somebody outright, smear their reputation. You know, I don't know if you watched any of it, but Kavanaugh said that, I'm picking beans here. He didn't say that, but I'm picking beans while we talk. Kavanaugh said that he will never be able to coach. What game was it? Gosh, I think he said soccer. He'll never be able to teach because of these allegations. And even if he's innocent. Oh, what's this? Did you just steal a tomato? The bad dog. Back to what I was saying. Oh, look, there's a giant bean right there, right in my eyeball. You know, his life is forever ruined by these allegations, and I don't even know what to say. I mean, the allegations are just, like, egregious. Just seems like a really pedestrian way to describe it, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I can't even believe the crap that he's being accused of. I mean, the guy is, like, straighter than straight-laced, and he's lived his life to a really high standard, you know? And you can look at people and you can tell that. But just the accusations are like nuts. We'll pick you. And we'll pick you. I don't understand how people get away with that, how people get away with, destroying a person's reputation like that. I mean, there's absolutely nothing he can do, no kind of recourse, even if all these people accusing him of this conduct go to jail, he'll never get his reputation back. I mean, he's screwed. His whole life is destroyed. I just I don't even know what to say or what to do. And did you see if you watched it, did you see the look on his wife's face? Did you see the look on his face? I mean, you know when somebody who's innocent of what they're accused of, and all they want to do is cry. And, 99.99% of all men are really good people. I don't know. I just feel I feel bad for this guy. I feel bad for our country. I feel bad for our culture, our society, everything. It just needs to stop. It really does. And there needs to be a process that these people can't circumvent the law and go straight to the court of public opinion and just smear people publicly. There needs to be some really stiff penalties for that. You can't just go around accusing people of crimes. This guy is accused of some really horrific crimes. And he's innocent. I don't know what to do. Anyway, at least I have my garden to love me, right? Oh, there aren't that many flowers out here anymore. That means I won't have very many hummingbirds, darn it. Anyway. Oh, I hear a hummingbird. They kind of make a tapping sound. Like a chirping. Anyway, I don't know. How are you guys today? Regarding the issue yesterday, the officer said, well, they're not breaking any laws. Well, duh. Of course they're not breaking any laws. I mean, livability and neighborly, that's not a law. That's just, and we don't have to document every single social norm, do we? Do we have to go to that extreme of documenting social norms because people are just so socially retarded? Is that the extreme that we have to go to? I feel like people are just like, I don't know, part of their brain is missing or something. Anyway, let's see if sometimes when I sit over here and I pick the beans, something will come along, but I'm not seeing any flowers for the hummingbirds to work on. See this one here, I know there was a hummingbird that came to this one, but it's gone. And then see this one here, these little flowers are all closed up. Darn it, I think it's just, oh wait a minute, there's a little flower over there that's open. And there's some tomato flowers over there that are open. Oh boy, there's the dog barking her little face off. Oh, wait a minute, here's some little flowers. You see those? And my puppy dog. Let's see. Isn't that cool? These, I wish there was like smell-o-vision. These smell so good. Aren't they cool? These are little bean. That's going to be a future little bean. I keep looking at these and look at that. I keep finding more beans. I have some liver cooking on the stove. Isn't that disgusting? I have really bad anemia and I had to go get a blood transfusion. I don't know how many weeks ago now. And it sucked. It really sucked. I had first when she started infusing, I had like this massive pain in my forehead and pressure in my chest. And I had a hard time breathing. Can you imagine just like not only just being on the receiving end of that, but the nurse like what? Who's done bazillion infusions? Like I was a nurse and I've done infusions before, but I've never had any of my patients react like that. So I only got one unit and it took like 8 hours, and I don't remember, it's only supposed to be like a couple hour process or something like that. They had to slow it way down, because blood doesn't come at room temperature. Anyway, and then I was just so sick and so depleted. And they did, I don't remember what's the name of the test they did. Some sort of peptide or whatever test, and because I was so anemic, a little bit of heart damage. So that really sucks. But anyway, so I eat the liver, and I don't have the episodes of dizziness as often, and I don't have chest pain or shortness of breath, which is so nice. I had suffered from that for so long. Look at that. I keep shuffling that thing around. Look, there's more beans. Look at that. Should I pick them? Let's pick them. Actually, when they're this size, they taste better. If they get too big, like any bigger than like these 3 here, like this one here, will probably be kind of woody tasting. I don't know. You have to have like a woody bean or a woody asparagus to know what I'm talking about. I think I just heard a black-capped chickadee. God, they're so cute. Oh, chickadees are so cute. I wish one would come over here and visit us. Darn it. I think that the birds are on to me. They're on to me trying to record them and their cuteness. What was it? Not yesterday, but the day before, I was standing out here and a couple of finches came right up next to me. And it was really weird. They didn't even notice me, and I looked straight in their little eyes and I said, "Hey, baby," and they're like, "Oh, God," and they ran away. Little monsters. Anywho, oh boy, I hope we get like a hummingbird to come over here, huh? Oh, there's my bad little kitty. It's Rufus. So yesterday, I was out in the field after I was done talking to the officer, And Rufus was over here in the Arborvitae. Oh gosh, you saw my fat body. I'm sorry about that. Uh, anyway, and there was this noise. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought maybe it was my husband playing a prank on me or something, because he does that sometimes. And just this really horrible noise. And I looked in the Arborvitae, and it was a squirrel. And I think it was the same squirrel that I saw out in the tree in the front of my house that was crying. Probably for that one squirrel that got killed. Did I mention that there was a dead squirrel in my front yard that was missing his back leg and his tail? I think the raccoons probably ripped it off. But I didn't see a lot of blood everywhere, so who knows if they did it after he was dead. I'm going to just hope that it was done after he was dead, and not when he was alive, because I can't even imagine the gruesomeness of that. Life can be pretty gruesome and brutal. I just don't want to think about it if I can help it. Anyway, so this is today's harvest so far, my garden. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not getting any more, but you know, that's just the way it goes. And then there aren't that many flowers on the beans anymore, so that means, I don't know if that means I'm not going to get any more beans, but I'm seeing a lot of these little guys right here. And I'm sure that every time I come out here, I miss a whole bunch because they're all the same color. But I like the tomatoes because they're red, and then I can see them in this green mess. Ooh, so I came up with a way that I want to organize my garden for next year if I'm still at this house. So what I want to do is I want to make like an 8 or 9 or 10 foot arch with like some really thick wire. Maybe like something like this kind of wire, but bigger, that, you know, I can really get my hands in, like, you know, something like this with these big giant squares, and then do like an arch from one garden bed to the next garden bed, and then just cram a whole bunch of stuff on either side of these things here, and then just let them grow up the trellis arch, I guess. Yeah, trellis arch, whatever. And then there won't be like this bushiness. Well, there'll be kind of a bushiness, but they'll grow, at least the beans and whatever will grow. And do you see how the beans wind up this thing here? Right here. It'll be easier to pick everything, and then I don't know if I'll be able to get more stuff in or not. I don't know. I want to plow this half of the yard and make it into, you know, make it into a whole bunch of raised beds. I really am digging the raised beds so I don't have to stand in the soil. I can stand on like real grass. I mean, anything's possible, right? Anyway, look how beautiful my tomato is there. And you see, I can see in there, way back in there, there's like, I don't know if you can see it. Uh-oh, there's a troublemaker. What do you got? What are you doing? Oh. Do you see that? She's bad. No. The assholes have turned on the music. Can you hear the bass? Hey, little McMuffin. Little Mandy McMuffin, she didn't do nothing. Except for steal my tomato. You little moocher. Do you see that? When we first got this dog, she wouldn't eat anything besides meat and kibble. And maybe, you know, like dog treats. She wouldn't eat any fruits or vegetables or whatever. Now she eats just about anything. And steals my tomatoes. All right, everyone. Have a nice day. Mayo Lady out.